The sport of axe throwing continues to grow, reaching all corners of the world. And while it used to be about a pursuit of perfection, perfect won't win you titles anymore. It's a mental mastery that must take place to be immortalized as one of the best champions. Crawford hits it, and that is one heck of a day, and is now a U.S. Open champion. The best of the best have arrived in Minneapolis to perhaps call themselves U.S. Open champions. 3 disciplines and all the pressure in the world to carry the title of being a U.S. Open champion. We've gathered in downtown Minneapolis, and this crowd is at a fever pitch to crown a host of U.S. Open champions. Welcome to the 2022 U.S. Open Championship in axe throwing with Rob Lever and Tom Wilhasket, and we are fired up to bring these championships to you. Rob, just a few years ago, if you got a perfect score in this sport, you probably won a title. Perfect isn't good enough anymore. What's it going to take for these competitors today to call themselves U.S. Open champions?
Right now, you have to stay pure through every single throw, even if you get a perfect game into sudden death. That's what it's going to take.
Mental fortitude, the name of the game today, in 3 different disciplines. We've got Big X, we've got Duels, we've got the fan favorite in Hatchet. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing Brown Johnson as defending champions twice, coming in against Saikon and Victor Senzo. Can't wait to see the way that plays out.
That'll be in Duels. Obviously, the big trophy at the end for Hatchet, which has become a household favorite in this one. That's where the big money is. All of these players whittle down to the best of the best. For more on that, we say hello to Nikki Knight.
You know, we started with 250 throwers, and over the course of the weekend, 2 different venues, we've whittled that down to 2 throwers in Big Axe, 4 throwers in Big Axe, 4 throwers in Hatchet, and 2 teams in Duels. It's going to be the best of the best, crown the champion.
It's going to be absolutely awesome, Nikki, and our 4 Hatchet semifinalists are waiting. They're fired up. This crowd is fired up. We get the semifinals started right after this.
At Happy Heart, our rich and full body roast coffee will transport you into another world of flavor. Notes of caramel and chocolate, and the added health benefits of our superfood mushrooms, it will keep you filled with energy throughout the day. Happy Heart Coffee. Drink happiness.
The 2022 World Axe Throwing U.S. Open Championship is brought to you by Minneapolis City Center, a Class A office and retail building in the heart of downtown Minneapolis, professionally managed by Ryan Companies.
The pros don't throw any ordinary axes. They throw axes designed specifically for axe throwing. The World Axe Throwing League has detailed specifications for axes, which include a maximum blade length, a maximum overall weight, and a designated handle length range. Throwing axes are not meant for splitting, so the blades are very thin. This allows throwers to focus on precision, not power. In addition to having a thin blade profile, the axes must also be razor sharp, strong enough to be a utility or camping axe. Most throwers have straight handles on their axes. This means they can easily release the axe, allowing the throw to be replicated and perfected. All WATL axes have a unique design and advantage. Axes with a curved blade, like the Ace of Spades and the Bad Axe, make it easier for throwers to stick the axe to the board with its curved edge while still having 4 inches of coverage. These axes are perfect for throwers who are starting out or don't have a strong throw and prefer a lighter axe. Axes like the Corporal are heavy hitters. It has a unique fishhook design and added weight on the back of the axe head. That weight provides extra power to ensure the Corporal does not drop when it hits the board. The Butcher is WATL's most popular and unique axe. It has a full 4 inches of coverage from blade to handle. Its square box-like design also makes the axe easy to land even on tough boards. As you can see, the axes used by the pros are unique to the sport. For more information, you can visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
A reminder how we score things in axe throwing. We've tightened up over the last couple of years. Those red and blue circles you see, the bullseye worth 6 points in the very middle. Scoring gets lighter as you go outside of that circle. And then the 2 kill shot circles up top. You have the open kill shot available, which means you can go at any point in time. You must identify that you're going to go for the kill shot. It is an all or nothing hit on the board. And Rob, strategically, that could come into play when it comes to guys who are pretty accustomed to hitting the board early and often. Our first semifinal match. Let's meet these 2 great competitors.
My name is Lucas Johnson. I am 33 years old. I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I've been throwing axes for about 2.5 years now. This will be my 4th time on ESPN. I'm hoping to bring home a US Open Hatchet win this weekend, and a big shout out to my sponsors, Axe Heads and Elm City Axe Boards.
My name is John Depke, 46 years old, from Weston, Wisconsin, making my first ESPN appearance in both Hatchet and Big Axe. Shout out to my fiance Kim, my kids Michael and Geneva, representing Blades and Boards out of Wausau, Wisconsin, throwing Dustin Wellman Hatchet and Big Axe. Shout out to my sponsors, Mad Viking Beard Company, Foundation Finance, and Jesse from Throw.
Rob, a heavyweight matchup as they always are when we get to the semifinals in the Hatchet division. The number 1 seed, if you were to call it that, has to be Lucas Johnson. The way that he has thrown in all of 2022, he actually hasn't lost a set on points, has lost 1 from the tiebreaker standpoint. He's the youngest of the 4 semifinalists, Depke the oldest of the 2 of them, and there you see the fun that they're going to have with each other. But I think anybody that can say they beat Lucas Johnson here in 2022, it would feel like a bit of an upset as they get their final warm-up tosses underway here to get ready for what's going to be a fun little showdown between these 2. This is much anticipated when you get to the semifinal round. No one throwing better in any discipline than Johnson all year long. How big is the mountain for Depke to try and climb here in the semifinal?
Depke is calm and cool as they come. I am rooting for the old man axe throwing right now. And Depke is one of those guys. As he flips his axe and he will line it up reaching deep into his alignment, he brings it up right back to the side of his head, which is where he aligns it. Double bullseye.
Matching bulls to start.
Wham-a-lam-a ding-dong on first throw. Double bullseyes coming in to axe number 2.
Go number 2.
Lucas has one of those super custom axes right now. It is a, he told me it was a brown handle. I'm not really sure what that means.
That's a brown handle.
Other than it's a brown handle. But he nails that bullseye as Depke also nails that bullseye in axe number 2. We're going into number 3, tied.
Going to throw number 3.
Depke had a hard route to this finals. He had to battle multiple people to get here, where Johnson was a little bit more streamlined. Axe number 3 coming up.
That might be a right miss from Depke for the first opening in this match.
5.
And it is missing the bullseye, so a first miss comes from Depke. You mentioned Lucas Johnson, a 2-time world champion in duels, looking for his first major win as an individual, and credits a real change in his style and mental approach this year to become the most consistent thrower, arguably.
I've had the pleasure of throwing with Lucas Johnson in duels myself as a teammate, although we placed 3rd. As a champion himself, we placed 3rd. I feel like that might have been me that brought him down.
Don't sell yourself short.
Throw 5. Last throw on this side.
2-point spread. Going to throw number 5. I'm kind of nervous right here, Will. 2 throwers that take their time when they throw, and a bullseye hit by Depke, and a 5. A 5 by Lucas makes up that point.
The first glimmer of hope for Depke as they switch sides. Again, a perfect score in Hatchet would be 64. 8 bullseyes and 2 made kill shots. Neither player can achieve that. We've had just a couple of those perfect 64s given this configuration here on ESPN.
Both these throwers have been throwing for a little while. They make it look fairly easy in what they're doing right now. However, I will encourage that it's not as easy as they're making it look. Depke, a OG and an ambassador of the game, Lucas, up and coming, and a monstrous season in 2022. Coming into this next throw, tied game. Bullseye. Lucas steps off to the side as Depke nails a bullseye himself. That bullseye is 1.5 inches in diameter. Those axe blades are 4 inches in length.
3 shots left.
Each one of these fellas are thrown from approximately 12 feet. Johnson, another 6. Steps to the side with a bullseye from Depke.
So we'll go to kill shots, all tied up. And this sport used to be, you have to wait until the 9th and 10th throws for kill shots. You could go up whenever you want to.
After the axes indicates they're going up.
You have to go up.
One of the most exciting parts right now of axe throwing, they're going up to that blue dot, which is 1.5 inches in diameter, outlined by that red pen outline. 1.5 inches right now. Lucas Johnson throws on the right side, left side for a kill shot and a kill shot.
Hit!
Now, Will, Lucas Johnson has told me before, and I've experienced this with him in Duels in Salt Lake City, where he will step out extremely wide to throw on those kill shots to make room for variances where he has to step out wide and in lanes where he cannot make that adjustment.
That's a miss from Depke. Misses low. Johnson hits. And the final throw in a tie showdown ends up being Lucas Johnson taking game number 1 in this best 2 out of 3. Boy, Depke was down 2 points in that game, came all the way back, and then misses at the most inopportune time on that final kill shot attempt. They get 1 practice throw on the changeover to game number 2.
That practice throw with Lucas Johnson, that queen of diamonds axe throw.
164s, let's go.
Tap the axe indicates that they're ready to commence throwing. Depke, the long aim, brings it back. Throw number 1. Splits the bullseye. As well as Lucas Johnson splits the bullseye going into throw number 2.
See, very similar throwing styles, a style that Johnson actually changed this year. He used to start the axe and actually have a backswing. And wanted a bit more consistency, and even said he maybe once in 20 times he would actually catch his head, especially with the big axe on the way back. And now right next to his temple. Both of them falling forward, and 4 bullseyes here in game number 2.
Lucas following through very profoundly, hitting that bullseye, but it looks like he was a little bit off on that throw. I know most of us would say hitting a bull is what you want to go, but Lucas, the precision that he wants to accomplish right now, he might not have hit the actual target that he wanted to hit, despite the fact that it was a bullseye going into the next throw. Left side, bullseye, and a dip down mistake from Depke for a 4.
4, 6.
And that one did catch a piece for Johnson, so it's a 2-point lead. 3 throws into this with Johnson already holding a 1-game-to-none lead.
Fours are a detrimental thing in this aspect of the game at this point in the tournament. At this advanced level, if you throw a 4, you're almost solidifying that you have lost this individual game. However, Depke follows up with a 6, which he does, and a 6 from Lucas. Actually, a little bit wide. 5 from Depke. Depke does not capitalize on that last throw.
As we go to shot number 5, our score is 24-21.
3-point spread.
By 3. Last throw on this side.
Going into the turn.
They'll both carry some momentum into changing sides with a couple of bullseyes there, but this is where the math game plays in. There's been a lot of conversation about it within the sport, how you approach it. Again, right now you're still looking at bullseyes, but there becomes important numbers when it comes to late throws, kills versus bullseyes. If you have that lead, Johnson right now trying to extend on a 3-point edge halfway through what could be the clinching second game.
3-point spread right now if you're Depke is a moment where you might want to consider going up to try and throw Lucas off his game and going for a kill shot.
We don't see that a lot, though, Rob, in the sport, and I still don't understand necessarily why.
Psychologically, Depke should go up here right now.
Johnson.
Right now, he should be going up, but he lines up for the bullseye. 3-point game. Both these good throwers just smack that bullseye, as we can assume they're going to do. Right now, Depke has to send a message to Lucas Johnson like, hey, I'm ready to play. I'm going to hit that kill shot.
Depke is called a
kill shot called by Depke, not by Johnson. Johnson staying down. Depke has to hit that bullseye, that kill shot. Upper right, 1.5 kill shot. Big shot. Depke misses
it's a miss
to the left.
And that'll seal his fate.
This game is going to end up going to Johnson.
Miss.
At this point, Depke needs to get a practice shot in and just regroup and go on to the next round.
Johnson leads by 9.
So this is going to seal the fate with Johnson moving on to the final, as long as he doesn't have a drop, which at this point in time, these guys and their skill level, you just don't see it. Miss there. Johnson's not going to stay perfect as he misses to the left-hand side, but this is more just a formality for scoring. You could conceivably have a drop. It's a 9-point edge, and there is no 9-point gap in the sport, so it's officially over. And they'll both go up from a sportsmanship standpoint, but even if Johnson's axe were to fall and Depke were to hit the kill shot at 8 points, it would still be a 1-shot Johnson win. So the top seed's on his way to the Hatchet Championship, regardless of this final throw.
Good run by Depke in these Hatchet finals. Lucas just buries the kill shot.
Depke goes over.
And Depke throws opposite side on Lucas's target and misses. But a congratulatory celebration to Lucas, who advances on.
The favorite, as you would expect, and he moves on. Lucas Johnson into the Hatchet Championship and a chance to play for $3,500. And a U.S. Open title as well, as he takes out Depke, and they'll have a selfie to celebrate after that semifinal. With 2 more set to go. It'll be Ryan Smith, he's a world champion. Mark Tishko trying to play the role of spoiler. They're on their way to the semifinal circle next. The 2022 World Axe Throwing U.S. Open Championship is brought to you by the WATL Royal Lineup. Jack of Clubs, Queen of Hearts, King of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. The Ultimate Collection is now available on Amazon.com. Semifinal number 2 of the Hatchet division. Who will face Lucas Johnson coming up in the final? Let's meet our next 2 semifinalists.
Hello, my name is Mark Tishko. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I throw, my affiliated house is Mountain Men out of Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm 35 years old. I've been throwing axes for about 3.5 years. The axe that I throw is actually my old grandfather's axe, so I wanted to share that with the world as well and let everyone know that, so it's one of those special things to me. And the last thing I want to say too is I want to thank all my family as well as my sponsors for supporting me and making this journey possible, and I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to competing.
Hi, my name is Ryan Smith. I'm 38 years old. I'm stationed in Honolulu on the USS Tucson right now, but I'm throwing from Tribal Axe, Virginia Beach. That's my venue. I've been throwing for a little under 4 years now. I'm the 2020 World Champion, but after that championship, I learned so much that I wrote a book called The Perfect Throw. So if you want to get any better, then I recommend reading it, and it'll help you out a lot. I got a lot of friends in Hawaii. I see you. You can throw from anywhere. There's no axe throwing in Hawaii at all. So I'm just practicing on my own there. So you can do the same. You don't need anything fancy in order to get to the top. And good luck to you.
And Smith showed near perfection in winning the world title just a couple of winters ago, but it's been few and far between for him to compete in tournaments because, as he mentioned, stationed in Honolulu, has to really do it on his own. And now back into a televised match setting here, Rob, to go up against your dark horse and Mark Tishko.
You know about my dark horse.
You've mentioned it a couple of times. What do you like here in this matchup?
Mark is, he's hot. He's one of those throwers that has had some success earlier in the year.
When you're ready.
Early in the year at Capital City Classic at X's and O's, he won that tournament, which is not too far from where Ryan Smith throws. And
5, 6.
A little bit of an errant throw from both these guys, although it was a 6. And a low throw from Ryan.
Tishko leads by 1 after throw 1.
Mentioned that plum carpenter axe from his grandfather and how special that is. See all these new axes developed specifically for competition, and yet the old family axe gets it done.
4, 6.
A grandfather's axe that he has not changed at all. He has not profiled it. The only thing he's done is change the handle to switch it to something his grandfather's axe. It was a little bit rotten, so he switched it out to what he has right now, his preference in 14 inches. Little high on Mark's part. Ryan a little bit off. He is in his head right now. We've seen Ryan in the 2020 World Championship Series. He threw as a machine. It was hard to phase him, but right now he seems a little bit phased in that 12-foot throw on that 1.5-inch bullseye that's in that red.
Tishko wastes no time, does he? He gets right up and fires.
6, 6.
And matching bullseyes there keeps Tishko ahead by 2. Heading to the 5th throw in the midway point.
This is throw number 5.
Some would
Last
say
throw
this is a commanding lead going into the
2.
5th axe. Ryan Smith has to stay focused and loose. There's not a lot of shimmy right there in his throw. Tishko hits a pull, and Ryan
just out to the right, perhaps.
Just out to the right for a 5.
6.
Another point gained by Tishko.
Switch sides.
The
29,
turn coming.
26. Tishko has the lead by 3.
We've talked with Ryan Smith before about a 3-point lead, and it's a pretty substantial lead in any round or any throw of the axe, which he throws again a little bit low for a 5. Will?
Wide for a 5, I think.
6, 6.
Oh, nope, just caught a piece.
Catches the 6 to stay within 3.
Throw number 7.
Ryan has a very systematic throw. He does these twitches. He has his routine and throws and winds up.
May have caught a piece there. Tishko to the top of that bullseye. I think he has found it again.
6, 6.
Wow. Good throwing from both these competitors. Mark keeping the edge
30 shots left. There are
at
3
3
points
points.
separating us.
This is one of those throws where Ryan might go up here on the kill shot. He did not indicate that he was going up. Stay in bull. Bull by Tishko. And a bull by Ryan Smith. The next throw coming up, I imagine Smith is going to be going up top. 3-point lead. I think Tishko's going to stay down himself.
2 shots
although
left.
against
Tishko
a
leads by
thrower
3.
like Ryan, he might go
Smith has
up.
called a kill shot.
He's staying
Tishko
down.
is staying
He
down.
pointed down. He's staying down in the bullseye. A must hit from Mark, which he connects with a 5.
So a chance to tie it up with 1 throw to go if Smith can connect on the kill shot, which he does.
Which he does. That long stroke follow through from Smith indicates that he just hit that kill shot. Pulls it out with his left hand, walking back the line. They're tapping the axes, going up for a kill shot on this last throw.
The deficit fully erased. Both kill shots. 1 hit, 1 miss, and we have a game winner.
Tishko fires first and a kill shot hit. Whereas Ryan, second throw.
Yeah, that's made contact. And we'll have extra throws, Rob. Walk the audience through what we have next.
Coming up.
Hit.
Wow.
So help our viewers understand, now we go in a tie score to extra throws. What happens?
We are going to sudden death.
Sudden death
The
is
closest to the kill
whoever
shot
is
takes this game.
closest to those blue dots. Who sucks less is what the crowd is chanting. So whoever comes closest to those blue dots, which are 1.5 inches with those red outline pin. And Mark Tishko hits. And Ryan Smith, he also hits.
Hit. Smith has taken game 1.
Yeah, that was a miss by Tishko.
Oh, it's a miss.
It was a miss to the right-hand side.
Wow.
He knew it immediately. And Ryan Smith erases a 3-point deficit and gets a couple of missed swings from Tishko. Remember, a bullseye in that 9th throw would have made it, kept a 1-point lead going to those final kill shots. He threw a 5. Smith erased the 3-point deficit and then is able to win it on the extra throw to steal game number 1 from Mark Tishko. And now he's 1 game away from a final showdown.
No tap of the axe going into that practice throw. A tap of the axe going into throw number 1.
Number 2,
which is
Smith has the
everything.
lead,
Ryan
1
from
game.
Hawaii, where he's stationed, aloha.
When you're ready, throw number 1.
Is everything for axe throwing. Here comes throw number 1. Bull.
6-6.
Ben McDonald with the call for 6-6 on throw number 1. Going to throw number 2, we are tied. Ryan Smith.
Throw number 2.
His systematic routine right now lines up Mark Tishko a little bit more loose, left-handed with his grandfather's axe that has never been modified. Throws a bull. Ryan Smith throws a bull.
Matched up, you see whatever little tiny microscopic correction needed to be made. Smith has certainly made it after that slow start to game
High
number
12,
1.
throw 3.
And now a perfect start for both.
Axe number 3 coming up. Ryan Smith, very systematic. He does not think many things phase him. Mark grips it and rips it and throws a possible 5 here. And Ryan Smith follows up with a bullseye.
6-6.
And it is a tied game going in the next throw. I thought it was a I thought it was a 5.
Going to throw 4.
Who blinks in game number 2?
The nerves is what's going to phase these two right now. And no hesitation from either thrower. They just get right up there. Mark Tishko throws a 6. Ryan Smith also throws a 6. There is no hesitation or no
We're tied at 24
setup
points,
at all
going into throw
involved in
5.
both these throwers. Throw number 5 coming up. Tishko left-handed on the left side with his grandfather's axe. Bullseye. Ryan Smith.
Just
Down
catches a piece.
to the left. Will, you think it's a bullseye?
6-6.
6-6.
A perfect start as they swap
We're
sides.
tied at 30 points.
Ryan Smith is a very systematic thrower. He has a good routine. You can see his movements that are very crisp and routine. And as he comes to the line, you can tell whether or not he's going to miss or not. Right now, he's going to hit. Oh. And he misses.
Your prognostication is failing you in this match.
5, 6.
Wow.
First blemish from either thrower. It comes from Smith on throw 6.
Smith knows it as he grabs his axe. He grabbed his axe with the right hand.
Throw 7.
Normally it's a left hand. Let's see him recover right here. Tishko, bull.
No opening given thus far, but remember it was Tishko who took a 3-point lead into the 9th throw in game number 1, and then couldn't hit on 2 of his final 3 throws.
1 point separating us.
Can he close the door? He is in the driver's seat.
We're staying down on bullseye right now if you're Tishko, which he might have missed. Left. Ryan Smith.
He makes.
Hits.
6. 6.
Oh, it did catch a piece for Tishko, so now we go up to kill shots, and you know Smith's going up. And they're both going up.
Up top, called by both throwers. Up top of that 1.5 kill shot, outlined in red pen. Left-handed versus right-handed. Tishko throws first.
Misses.
Opportunity for Smith. Also
catch it. Nope, that missed as well.
Also misses. Ryan looks down and
hands
on his knees. He knows he misses.
And right there. And whether or not, you know he's not paying attention next to him, but that throw would have won it for either had one made and not.
So right now, no harm done. We're going up top again for the next throw. Tishko throws first and hits the kill shot, and Ryan Smith goes down low.
And with a 1-point lead, Tishko making guaranteed it. So we are going to a deciding 3rd game as Mark Tishko showed really strong form in that 2nd game.
We're going to game number 3. 1 practice throw, please.
And this practice throw, Will. There's a lot of things going on right now. You hit the bullseye, you don't hit the bullseye. You go for the kill, you don't for the kill. Mark misses the bull. Ryan also misses the bull. So it's kind of like a psychological warfare kind of game right now. They tap the axe. This is the game time right now. These are the shots that matter.
When you're ready, throw 1.
The lineup.
Are there advantages to being first?
6.
If you're Tishko, I mean, it's obvious that his style, his rhythm is going to get him on the board first.
Throw 2.
I don't. If you're the 2020 champion in Ryan Smith, I don't think a lot phases you right now. However, Mark Tishko has a tempo that is unpronounced for most throwers, and Ryan, I don't think, is used to that. Which Ryan just threw a 5, and Tishko throws a 6. So Ryan he needs to gather his thoughts right here mentally.
Going into throw 3
to get back in this game.
A 1-point lead was enough in game number 2. Tishko refused to give it up late, and appears to have gotten the blade to the top edge.
You can see Tishko getting excited by walking off the side aggressively. He's excited about that hit and that bullseye. Ryan Smith, on the other hand, you can see those crisp movements in his normal routine. He sets up, sets the wing, cocks, and delivers right now for a bullseye. Bullseye, bullseye. Or
6.
And hard to come back against perfection. Just 1 miss out of 8 throws between these two in this pivotal game 3.
Ryan Smith is often the one that says that nothing ever phases him mentally. However,
Tishko is flirting with that bullseye. I mean, by whiskers, keeping that his grandfather's blade. I mean, look at how close that was to just being off the right-hand side.
He has done nothing
30-29.
to profile that blade ever. That is the exact
1.
same axe that his grandfather had however many years ago. The tension.
That's a miss left from Smith. It's going to be a 2-point lead for Tishko.
The tension right now with Ryan missing a little bit left. 6-5.
Again, Tishko has played from ahead in all 3 games. A late miss in game 1
Tishko
allowed a
leads by
quick
2.
comeback from Smith.
Throw number 7.
But now a 2-point edge, 4 throws to go. And the first miss, it would appear, of the game for Tishko. And Smith goes back within 1.
His casual
5,
follow-through,
6.
as you can see with his distinct follow-through, you can tell when Ryan Smith hits.
1 point separating us. We're now on throw number 8.
How does Tishko keep from thinking about being 3 throws away from a championship?
You have to stay in your mind right now that all you have to do is hit a bullseye, which he does. And Ryan Smith
6.
also hits a bullseye. All you think about when you're Mark Tishko is hit a bullseye. That's the only way you close out a 2020 champion right now.
Tishko just has to hit 2 blue dots and he's into the championship. You see the big breath as they both decided to go up, resettling the feet.
Mark Tishko hits the kill shot. Ryan Smith, our 2020 champion.
And I believe he did.
Hits as well.
He did. And now Smith's going to need a miss from Tishko, who's going to go up with him. It's just a 1-point lead.
And he points up, which he's going to indicate that he's going up as well.
Tishko just has to hit that right kill shot, and he's into the championship.
He's going to hit. My dark horse is going to hit.
Okay. And he did.
Ryan Smith. And hits as well.
2 early misses cost him, but Ryan can only nod his head. And respect to Mark Tishko, who's into the U.S. Open Championship. He'll face Lucas Johnson a little bit later on for a right to be called a U.S. Open champion in Hatchet. And he learned a little something about himself, didn't he, there, Rob? Late in that match after giving away.
Congratulations to Mark Tishko for coming through in those pressure situations to beat our 2020 world champion Ryan Smith.
So Tishko and Johnson will wait a little bit longer. We'll extend those blades a little bit, extend the handles. Big axe coming up next.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
We are axe throwers.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
You
You can be an axe thrower too.
The World Axe Throwing League introduced big axe leagues and tournaments in the fall of 2020 to diversify the competition within axe throwing. For the purposes of big axe throwing in the WATL, a big axe is considered to be any axe longer than 23 inches and heavier than 3 pounds. Big axe games are half the length of a standard WATL hatchet game, consisting of only 5 throws, and because of this, accuracy and kill shots become even more important. Misses will add up quickly with less time to make up for poor throws. The importance of the kill shot can be demonstrated in no better way than the crazy finish we had in the Big Axe competition at the 2020 World Axe Throwing Championship. Up just a single point, Zach Crawford decided to take the game into his own hands and call the kill shot on his 5th and final throw. If he hit it, the game would remain out of reach, even if his opponent, Jonathan Morgan, called and hit a kill shot of his own. That's exactly what happened. Both throwers nailed that final kill shot. Crawford celebrated his 29-28 victory over his good friend Morgan. The excitement from Big Axe competition comes from the variance created by throwing a larger and heavier axe. This makes the axe harder to control, and as such can lead to more room for error. Despite this added difficulty, it is still rare for top-level competitors to throw outside of the 4 ring. So 4 competitors remain in the big axe discipline here at this championship. We've already seen John Depke. He lost in the semifinals of Hatchet. He's facing Austin Lukey in the first semifinal. Let's get to know Austin a little bit better.
Hey everybody, I'm Austin Lukey. I'm 27 years old from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I've been throwing for 4.5 years. I actually threw the very first sanctioned league, the World Axe Throwing had in Minnesota. Today I'll be throwing with this big axe. This actually started as a $12 flea market find, and then I was throw file everything else, and I actually made the handle for this. Looking forward to throw this today and represent Minnesota and take home that winning big axe.
Maybe some local vibes, some good energy for him here in the Twin Cities, and without a doubt, the most colorful big axe we've ever seen in competition here, Rob. It's could be a fun opportunity for him. He's looked really good in warm-up so far against Depke on the other side.
That axe of his is something that he has profiled and whittled down on his own in a Nordic bear sense. And we'll take another closer look at his axe right now before he throws. He has a Nordic bear. It is one of the most unique axes in all of big axe that we've seen.
Again, still in warm-up throws for these two gentlemen. And a discipline that certainly we don't see the same level of perfection in, but like anything that we've seen across the board, Rob, just throwers are getting better and better. And we're nearing one of those days where we're going to have those 2 perfect scores on TV under the lights and in the pressure, especially when it's just 5 throws instead of 10 as they get ready for their final warm-up throw.
I am definitely down for seeing perfect score versus perfect score right now. Austin brings it in a little bit hot compared to John as a mile-per-hour kind of thing. Depke's got that long lob. Well, Austin, one of the things that I did on day 1 before we got to day 2 of these finals for Big Axe was I took a radar measurement of both these throws. And Austin was one of the guys that brought it in a little bit faster than everybody else. Depke was right around 25 miles an hour. Austin was right around 29.
You all feel the boards shake in this one as they're ready to go. Blink and you might miss it.
Throw 1 of game 1.
Just 5 throws in each game. Best 2 out of 3. Here we go.
Depke takes his time as he throws, and it's well within the rules to do.
6-4.
He takes his time and buries a 6 versus that 4 by Austin right now. 2-point lead going to axe number 2.
This is throw number 2 with 2 points separating us.
Austin, one of the most glorious hairstyles in all of axe throwing.
I know you're jealous.
I'm slightly jealous of that Viking-esque look by Austin Lukey, who just hit a 5 versus
another bowl.
Another bowl by Depke.
6-5.
Staying pure of Depke. Austin needs to make up some ground on this next throw.
Depke leads by 3 on throw 3.
You see him also line himself up, almost calling his shot. It's kind of Babe Ruth-esque for Depke. See, there he is, points down the line, lines it up, walks it in, that very deliberate setup. And it has worked so far as Lukey finally finds the target.
Buries a 6 from Austin, and a follow-up throw with a little bit of pressure. Errant 4.
4.
Call from
6.
Ben McDonald to 4.
2-point swing.
Game 2 points by Austin Lukey.
Lukey within 1. 2 throws to go, first game.
This is shot number 4.
An important throw
1
right
point
here.
separating us.
The stopper throw before the final. Austin has to hit that 6 right here, which he possibly clipped a little high. Depke follows up with an outside throw in the 5 to keep it within 1.
5.
So we're going to that final throw.
With the only 1 point lead. And he goes up. And Depke's going to go with it.
So that kill shot, Will, is 1.5 inches in diameter. Right now, oh, wow. Casual flip from Depke with that lineup. Austin throws first. And this is to the left.
And this throw will not matter. Just trying to put cream on it. He fist pumps it in. He knew he made it, even with the Lukey miss, which he may not have been aware of. It was inconsequential. Depke wins game one. He's one game away from the finals. He gets the satisfaction of a game win after 2 straight games lost to Lucas Johnson in the Hatchet. Gets a game win under his belt. They get 1 practice throw as they head to game 2.
That axe by Austin was hand carved. He did that himself. It's a Nordic bear, which he did himself. He said it took him about 6 hours to do.
This is game number 2.
I don't know what kind of commitment you have to stuff like that, but I will never, ever be able to carve something in 6 hours. Well,
I could whittle sticks when I was a kid. Does that count?
Throw number 1. Austin looks like he's bringing it in a little bit hot. He's bringing it a little bit faster than he normally would. Meanwhile, Depke hits that bullseye for a 1-point spread going into axe number 2.
You know, Rob, you see a lot of guys, they have different styles. Some guys slower, some guys faster. I haven't really seen anything from Lukey that suggests it's a normal routine. Everything has looked just slightly different from throw to throw.
So Lukey experienced great bullseye from Lukey right there on that next throw. Throw number 2, Depke follows up with a bullseye. Lukey experienced a incredible snowboarding accident, which gave him a concussion, and he was not able to do anything but throw axes. And one of the singularity things that he was able to do was to focus on one single target with axe throwing in his concussion, whereas he couldn't do anything else. So for him, axe throwing was therapeutic, which is kind of where we find him right now.
He's going to need a mental bounce back in this second game.
5, 6.
He's down 2 with 2 throws to go.
The hometown hero right now, Austin.
2 throws left.
It is a must bullseye in Lukey's department right now. Depke lines up. He's going to throw second. Austin throws first. High to the left. Depke.
And if that caught a piece, it's an all-important 3-point lead going to the potential kill shot
5,
call.
6.
And it is, which this has to change Depke's strategy, does it not? A 3-point lead.
This is your final throw.
Depke looks at Austin. He points down as Austin points up. Austin is going upstairs for that kill shot, and Depke is going to stay down right here.
Bullseye, no matter what Lukey does, wins it for Depke. Even if you slightly miss in the 5, you're no worse than tied. And Lukey misses everything. And it doesn't matter. And now Depke just has to board it.
John resets. Just landed is all he needs to do. Which he
wouldn't have mattered. Even a miss would have been 0 points. And Depke, after his semifinal loss in Hatchet, recovers very quickly and is into the finals of the Big Axe competition. He'll await the winner of the reigning world champion Mark Mirasol and Vin Crescenzo. We're waiting in semifinal number 2. And John Depke into the championship of Big Axe. We'll find out his opponent next. The 2022 World Axe Throwing U.S. Open Championship is brought to you by Goliath Backpacks. Hold all your axes and knife throwing gear with Goliath, the official backpack of the World Axe Throwing League. Visit GoliathBackpacks.com. On to our second semifinal in Big Axe. Who will face John Depke in the championship? It'll be one of these 2 gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Mark Mirasol. I am 33 years old from Albany, New York. I've been throwing for 3.5 years and will be representing the Lazy Axe, which I co-own with my wife. Love to her and my baby Toka, who was born 3 weeks ago. Really sad that they couldn't be here with me, but my parents are here to support, which is really exciting. I'm going to be throwing this axe, which was made by Jeremiah Backhouse of the Umbrella Forge, with a handle by my axe guy, Ben Pult. really excited to get going.
Hi, my name is Vin Crescenzo. I am 31 years old and I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am representing Angry Jack's Axe Throwing Club in Exton, Pennsylvania. I am currently throwing my distal steel Marcus Brown big axe. Is hung on a 25¼ inch handle that I made, my company, Philly Axe Company, and I love it. Looking forward to hopefully bringing a championship home to my hometown of Philadelphia.
Crescenzo, a U.S. Open champion in duels. He'll be defending that coming up with good friend David Sykon in just a moment, but trying to get through the semifinals in big axe to win an individual crown against the reigning world champion, who misses high and left.
4, 6.
And exactly the shot that Crescenzo wanted.
Throw number 2.
Throw number 2 is where Vin needs to put the hammer down right now against the defending world champion. With a 6. 5-4.
5, 6.
So Vin, 1 point edge on that throw. He cannot open up the door versus the
Throw
world champion
3.
right now
Our
from
score is
Lazy Axe.
12-9, with 3 points separating us.
Mark taking no time at all, getting up to that line and ready to throw. A bullseye.
Just kind of working his way closer and closer to the middle.
6, 5.
Vin gets one back.
Slightly left. Misses to the left.
And angry at himself too when he got done. Had a 3-point edge, 2 throws to go.
He's not happy about that throw.
Throw number 4.
That release point from Vin, that southpaw, that overextension is what matters. Mark follows up with a 4. Well, what do you think?
I think it got paint. Oh, I don't think that one did though.
5, 5.
Yeah, they have it with 5s.
No harm done on that throw.
And again, this 3-point edge going to the final throw.
Shot. Vin is up by 2 points.
Vin staying down. Marks has to go up here. They look at each other. They're looking for the score.
2 is correct.
Both
22-20.
players are top kill
So now
shot.
they're both go up. Again, that's a big difference between 2 and 3. Everybody was confused in here. It is a 2-point edge.
2-point spread.
And Crescenzo cannot afford to try and stay down when a kill shot for 8 could end up flipping it.
1.5 kill shot missed by Vin.
Mirasol can come all the way back.
The defending world champion
Just
misses
missed left, and he knew it.
Miss.
Game 1
Crescenzo takes game
to
1.
Crescenzo. 1 game away from a final showdown with Depke, who they were in the same bracket together. In fact, it was Crescenzo who did not lose in his big axe bracket, taking down Depke
When you're ready.
to get back to this semifinal. So it could be another rematch if he were to take one more here against Mirasol. 1 practice throw as we get ready for game 2.
Mark was ready for that practice shot. He was up on that line, ready to throw. Meanwhile, Vin he came in kind of a little late. Whether or not that plays a little bit of a psychological thing, Mark is ready to throw. He gets up to that line first again, ready to throw on throw number 1. Mark with a 6. Vin Crescenzo, left-handed. 1 step.
Maybe a little quick.
5, 6.
And Mirasol gets to operate from a position of power for the first time in this match. Up a point after the first throw. Talk to him about the
Throw number 2. 6-5 for Mirasol.
sort of mild celebrity that comes with being a world champion. Just people coming up want to ask him, talk to him more about the sport. After that winter triumph, and Crescenzo a dominating second throw to tie it up.
Tied up going into axe number 3. Mark is definitely feeling the pressure as a defending world champion.
Throw number 3.
He told me earlier that he has something to prove in this U.S. Open, and this is that opportunity right now.
Just wide for 5.
Misses to the right for a 5. Meanwhile, Vin buries a bullseye.
Back to back, no doubters.
Vin is setting a statement right now that I am ready to win.
With 2 shots left,
despite you
Cosenzo
being the world
leads by
champion.
1.
And not just no doubt that it hits the bullseye, but the fact that that blade is just flush with the board.
Mark, meanwhile, just grabs his axe and comes back and follows with a bullseye. Vin.
Yep, he got it.
Arguably
3 straight bulls.
6-6, noted by our judge, Ben McDonald. A 6-6 going into throw. Number 5, kill shot called by Vin and Mark. Mark pulled the 6. Kill shot up top. 22-23 in favor of Vin. Who carries the kill shot? Mark.
Oh, knew he couldn't do it, so he throws opposite. And for the first time the entire match, Crescenzo was ready first and delivers the kill shot to get it done.
Buries the kill shot.
Straight games. That was impressive stuff.
Very good stuff by Vin. He solidified where he stands in the Big Axe community by throwing that kill shot and setting down Mark Marisol.
So 2 are into the finals, but we'll have our first champion of the day. Might be the most anticipated one. Duels coming up next.
At Happy Heart, our rich and full body roast coffee will transport you into another world of flavor. Notes of caramel and chocolate, and the added health benefits of our superfood mushrooms, it will keep you filled with energy throughout the day. Happy Heart Coffee. Drink happiness.
First debuted in our broadcast during the 2020 World Axe Throwing Championships, our Duels competition brings an extra layer of strategy and entertainment to our classic Hatchet events. The fundamental difference in Duels competition is that instead of 1 thrower per target, there is now 2 throwers simultaneously throwing at each target. Teams of 2 compete against each other, and the highest combined score after 5 throws is declared the winner. This has quickly become one of the more popular competitions among throwers and spectators, as it not only involves more strategy, but can also lead to some entertaining mishaps and climactic finishes. With a smaller bullseye now in the center of the target, this becomes an even more difficult task for both players trying to find the middle. The margin for error is less than an inch while throwing from 12 feet away. You can certainly see where the difficulty lies. One change to all World Axe Throwing League disciplines this year is the addition of the open kill shot. This means throwers are allowed to announce their kill shot attempts at any point in time during the game. And now with Duels down to just 5 throws per round, teammates are not required to call kill shots at the same time, but that allows for much more strategy and many situations where they don't have to compete for the same 1.5-inch bullseye. On rare occasions, we can have what's called as a Robin Hood. This happens when one axe, instead of being lodged in the target, becomes lodged in a teammate's axe. If this happens, the score of the axe stuck in the target is then doubled. So if an axe in the target is a 5, the total score for that throw becomes a 10.
And what a treat we have in this U.S. Open showdown, because this will be the 4th time Duels has been contested on TV under the lights. And the 3 previous champions are on your screen right there. Lucas Johnson and Hayden Brown, 2-time reigning world champions, against the only guys who have beat them on this stage. Vin Crescenzo, who just got into the Big Axe qualifier with David Sykon, who's been on TV 6 times since the beginning of the sport. They won the U.S. Open last year, defeating Johnson and Brown. So this is exactly what we wanted. This was the heavyweight, Rob, that we came here. This is the big ticket item. Who's going to be the Duels champion U.S. Open here in 2022?
We have been waiting for this matchup between Brown Johnson and Sykon Crescenzo.
And they're in their final practice throws. You can hear the timing, how important that is. They have to leave at the same time. Those axes making contact on the board. Again, blink and you'll miss it. Just 5 throws, best 2 out of 3 games.
So we're going to tap our axes here, but the systematic calling of the timing. Lucas is as if he's a captain of the Blue Angels right now. And what I mean by that is they make their movements specifically off the syllables that they're making. Lucas does a slow call on
This is our Duels finals. This is a 5-throw match.
And you'll hear it
when
right
you're ready.
now.
This is throw number 1.
Vin and Saikon will throw first, and Johnson will give his slow call once they get set up. That's Saikon and Vin for a 11. And Brown Johnson for a errant throw right here.
6-6.
A double bullseye start. Philly special there from Crescenzo and Saikon to open up a 3-point lead after one throw.
Throw number 2.
Rematch of last year's U.S. Open Finals. Saikon defeated Brown Johnson. Looks like a 6-5 on that throw. Vin hummed it in there, kind of hot. And the Brown Johnson looks like a 12. They might have made up some ground on that throw. Our call from Ben.
5-5.
6-5.
1 point game.
I have to say congratulations to Hayden Brown. Just graduated from Middle Tennessee State. Actually came in late this week. Was unable to participate in some of the lead up to this one, but this obviously the most important, with 2 world titles with his former boss, Lucas Johnson, who brought him into work at Johnson's Axe facility.
That systematic call from Lucas for a 6-5. Looks like no harm done on that call. 6-5 from Vin and a 5-5. 1 point spread on that throw.
So a 3-point lead restored for Crescenzo and Saikon, trying to defend their U.S. Open title from last year against this same duo.
At this point, if you are Brown Johnson, you are going to just stay the course and hit bullseyes at this point. No hesitation from Saikon and Crescenzo going for those bullseyes. Meanwhile, a double hit.
Yeah, double bullseye
from
there.
Brown Johnson.
5-6.
6-6.
Wow.
Back within 2 with now, we had open kill shots, no one using them until this last potential throw.
1 point gain by Brown Johnson. Lucas points up. And to tap the axe by everybody indicates that everyone is going up right now for the kill shot for that 1.5-inch blue dot.
Everybody going for kill shots. All or nothing.
2 point spread going into this throw. Vin Saikon first with a double hit.
Double hit doesn't matter now.
The systematic call from Lucas for a double hit as well.
But it's going to be 2 points shy in game number 1. No, it was a miss. And a low miss from Crescenzo. I thought from our angle you can see it here. From our angle you couldn't see it. The miss by Crescenzo, and Johnson and Brown flip it in game number 1 to take a 1-0 lead.
Brown Johnson, 1 game lead going to the next throw. Vin Crescenzo coming over to take some chalk. His hands might be a little bit sweaty right now. Coming and going into that 12-foot throw. Bringing it in tight for the bullseye.
1, 2.
That systematic call from Lucas that we can hear for a double bullseye.
Practice.
Double bullseye for practice. Was that double bullseye from them both?
You got excited.
Oh my goodness, I can't contain myself right now. What kind of things are being accomplished right now by both these dual teams? We're going to the axe number 1. Tap of the axe, here we go, axe number 1. Vin and David, so tight on that 1.5-inch bull. Defending world champions, coming in tight as they touch. As Ben McDonald comes in
6-6
for the double bullseye. Double bullseye on both teams. We are tied going to axe number 2.
We're tied at 12, going into throw number 2.
That bullseye, as I mentioned, Will, is 1.5 inches. Do you know what else is 1.5 inches?
That seems like a loaded question.
A Gatorade cap is an inch and a half. So if you're not used to this throwing format.
Oh, the contact again, but it actually pushes the axe of Johnson out to the 4.
4, 6.
5, 6. And a 1-point lead after 2 throws. Game 2.
Once again, we are jockeying for position going into throw number 3 with a 1-point spread in favor
Crescenzo
of
Saikon leads by 1.
Crescenzo and Saikon. Vin and David don't hesitate at all to throw, bringing it in for
an 5-6.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
For a 10.
And that's catching a part of it. I think they'll be matching 11s here.
6, 5.
6, 5.
No harm done. Going into the next throw. What a match right now.
Yeah, Johnson and Brown trying to hold all the major trophies at
Still
one
a
time.
1-point game. Throw number 4.
A rematch of last year's U.S. Open happening right now. A little bit of a chip on the shoulder from Brown Johnson as Vin Crescenzo and David Saikon just throw what looks to be an 11. And
I don't know if that caught it. That could be 2 5s.
I don't think that's a bowl. The call from Beck McDonald.
5, 6.
An 11.
And too close to call.
5, 6.
No harm done on that throw.
All right, so it comes to kill shots again. It was a Crescenzo miss in game 1 that gave the game to Johnson and Brown.
This is your final throw.
And they're all going up again.
David Saikon drops his axe and switches to his kill shot axe. This is where it's important right now. He switches axes right now to throw for a kill shot.
4 makes, and we go to a decisive 3rd game.
For the win. 1-point spread.
Saikon missing low. Opening to steal again.
A double hit will win.
Ah! They got it.
A double hit.
They got it.
Lucas Brown. Brown Johnson wins that match.
How about Hayden Brown comes back from a 4 on his first throw, hits the kill shots, and now the 2-time world champions can call themselves U.S. Open champions for the first time. The dual dominance continuing for Hayden Brown and Lucas Johnson in what could be the first of a couple of titles today for Lucas Johnson, as he is a duels champion yet again, and this is a power 2-man team. How good have they continued to be?
There is no doubt that Brown Johnson is the heavier hitters of the duels teams in all of axe throwing. They just made that apparent by winning World Championship after World Championship and today's U.S. Open.
And Nikki standing by with him. Nikki?
Yeah, you two, when you're throwing, seem so calm and collected. Lucas, what's your strategy going into this?
Honestly, this is the first time, this broadcast is the first time I've thrown by myself. Having Hayden up here makes it a lot easier. We can calm each other down, have little talks, little laughs and stuff. So just to have fun is the main thing.
And I know, Hayden, you're pretty young. Friday, walk me through your day before coming here to Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah. So I finished up school, went straight from school, came to the airport, and, you know, I had some airport struggles. And but I got here at about midnight, and then had to wake up and throw Hatchet the next morning. But we're here, and we made it.
Awesome. Incredible win. Our U.S. Open duels champions, Lucas and Hayden.
Congratulations to two of them. The trophy stays in Tennessee for Johnson and Brown, the undisputed duels champions of the sport. We'll have a big axe champion next. One of those two men to hoist a trophy.
2022 World Axe Throwing U.S. Open Championship is brought to you by Climb Channel Solutions. The mountain of success is worth climbing. We already have one champion crowned. We'll have another one here. Our Goliath backpacks Big Axe semifinal recap. John Depke fought his way through, taking out Austin Lukey, and then how about Vin Crescenzo taking out the world champion Mark Millsall. Did it in dramatic fashion, just dominating some great throws, and it'll be a rematch of these two met in the semifinals of the high bracket. Those on hand getting ready to watch this Big Axe final. Couple of throws to go. You think about Crescenzo, who's just coming off that Duels loss with his partner David Sycon. He was so good in Big Axe in the semifinals to get there against John Depke. There you see the elder statesman in this competition, 46 years old, and boy, it's going to be all about the nerves, isn't it? Because we've seen that both of these guys certainly have the technique to get this one done.
So Vin Crescenzo, coming from that Philadelphia area where there are so many disciplined throwers coming out of that area, he has got the edge as far as it comes for competition. However, John Depke has thrown outstandingly good, as he just depicted right there in that throw, splitting that bullseye.
Think about this path for Crescenzo to get to this moment. Beat Lucas Johnson in round 2, Mike Philibom in round 3, beat Depke in the semifinals at the upper half of the bracket, and then knocked out the reigning world champion in the semifinals to get to this moment. He has literally beat the hardest path you could imagine to get to this moment, and now has to beat Depke again for the title.
Do you think Depke knows that route?
Well, he was in the same bracket.
Do you think he knows it at this point?
If he does, he shouldn't be thinking about it, right?
Absolutely not. The only thing he's thinking about is hitting those 5s and 6s. Tied going to axe number 2.
I'm just saying, Crescenzo beat the best thrower in the sport arguably this year, the reigning world champion in Hatchet.
As well as Lucas, who is arguably the best Big Axe thrower this year. Made a good run, Vin did. And follows up with a bearded bullseye, it looks like from our standpoint. And John's bullseye, smack dab in the middle.
Extra look from Ben McDonald, our referee at the board, and it is a bullseye for Crescenzo to keep us tied. 2 throws in. Again, 5 throws each game, best of 3.
Depke at this point knows what kind of thrower Vin is. Vin is an established thrower from that mecca of throwers in Philadelphia. He takes that aim with that long stroke right now, gathers his thoughts. Vin throws first with a bullseye. Depke follows up with that slow delivery. And a bullseye himself.
Boy, they looked a little bit more nervous than they were even in the semifinals warming up. But so important that we give them 5 throws to get into that rhythm, and now looking rock solid.
Both these throwers are one of the pillars of axe throwing. If you are looking for a mentor to follow in Big Axe throwing, both these guys are one of those guys. If you're a lefty, follow Vin. If you're a righty, follow Depke. A bullseye with Vin right there on that throw. Left-handed, and Depke follows up.
First real sign of
4. A slight hiccup on Depke's part.
2-point edge. What does Vin do here? Depke has to go up, and Vin is going up.
Vin will have to go up as a call from Depke. Both a must-hit kill shot at this point. In order to win, both these throwers need to hit that 1.5-inch kill shot. That blue dot is outlined with a red pen. Vin takes a re-stance right now. He wipes his hand. John ready to throw.
Nearly simultaneous action. It's not going to matter as Depke misses low. Vin connects to take game number 1, and he's 1 game away from being a U.S. Open champion.
So this is the best 2 out of 3 right now. We have some hope from John right now. Vin only has 1 more match to throw. He comes over here to get some powder on his axe. He wipes it clean. It's a little bit humid in this atmosphere right now. He comes up to the line. 1 practice coming up. Depke with that long stroke coming in for that practice throw. Fist grip versus that fingertip grip on that practice throw from Vin, which was high, and a Depke 6. So right now, it is a little bit of a psychological advantage going into that throw number 1. Tap the act to go into throw number 1.
They want energy. I want energy too. Let's get this crowd fired up.
Both these guys are throwing their big axes from right about 15 feet. That step from Vin. Vin throws a step. Looks like he dipped down to the right for a 5. Depke follows up with a slow throw for a
catches the kill, the bullseye circle, I should say.
He might have caught the 6 there. The call by Ben.
5, 6.
1 point spread going to axe number 2. Throw better. I don't know who said that, but that is a thing. Vin takes a closer look and pulls his axe, which is ruled whatever it is.
Throw number 2.
Number 2, 1 point spread.
By 1.
The approach from Vin, no hesitation. Looks like a 5. Depke, slow delivery, right along his temple, right through straight.
Beautiful.
Close to a 6, but he might have missed slightly to the right.
I see the circle. That's a bull.
5, 6.
And a 6. As Will calls it, it's a 6.
2-point lead.
After 2 throws, Depke leads by 2.
Depke has a little bit of momentum right now. Vin needs to settle in and hit his shot right here. If he doesn't hit the bull, it is a monumental momentum shift in this throw. Vin
got it.
Looks like he clipped the bull. Depke also clips the bullseye.
6.
Remains that 2-point lead going into throw number 4. Depke
There are 2 throws left.
staying alive
Depke
with that 2-point spread.
18 to 16.
Lefty versus righty. Vin strikes up slightly after Depke. Vin throws first for a bullseye. Depke with the slow windup follows through with a low bullseye.
Looks like
Ben McDonald for the call.
6, 5.
Well, 1-point lead. They were going to go up no matter what, even if they had gotten 2 bulls there.
This is your final throw. Depke
Get
leads
a
by
hit
1
from
point.
Crescenzo, a miss from Depke, and Crescenzo will be the U.S. Open champion.
Tap of the axe with both going up right here. 1-point spread in favor of Depke. Both a must-hit kill shot at this point. Both taking their time. Depke lines up first. Vin, usually a first thrower, taking his time to see what John does. Steps back once again to let John throw. And John throws. A kill shot! Vin follows up with an opposite side kill shot with the concede of that match. John Depke wins. Wow.
He applied the pressure. He's like, look, he knew the only way it was going to happen is if Depke missed in the first place and put all the pressure on his opponent. His opponent matched it, and now we go to the final.
Depke putting the pressure on Vinny. We're going into the next round where we're starting again for Big Axe. 1 practice throw, which they both take. I don't know how I feel about this practice throw. I mean, we're all throwing a lot of throws at this point. You take it or you don't. I'm a fan of not taking it, but Depke throws a bowl and Vin throws a high 5.
You know, I have
so
to say, you've said that a lot today about not being a fan of taking practice throws. I want you to
not
note that everybody was on TV took all their practice throws.
I'm not a fan of practice throws.
I just want to point that out to you, that the guy who's the analyst, not in the championship, doesn't take his practice throws.
You're absolutely correct, Will. You're absolutely correct. So here comes throw number 1.
Don't change the subject. The audience was picking up what I was putting down.
A low throw from Vin there. That's a 5 nonetheless. Vin walks away as if he is mad at himself right now on that throw. Depke throws a 4.
No, it definitely caught the inner circle. It's just a question of the
5?
top blade catch it.
5.
So we're tied going into axe number 2.
So close, the top of that axe from Depke nearly catching that red bullseye circle.
Those are not the normal throws from both these throwers in this point of the tournament. But we are going to throw number 2 right now. We're tied going axe 2. Depke with that long aim brings it up. Vin is going to throw first once again. Hits a 5.
That's
maybe
a
a 6. Depke follows up with a 6.
Vin's reffing himself.
6 announced from Ben McDonald. We're going tied into axe number 3. That bullseye, Will, is an inch and a half.
Going into your third axe.
That is a small target to hit right now. With big axe, those big axes are right around 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds. Vin, southpaw. Slightly to the left.
Whisker. Did it catch it? He can't tell.
Depke, the slow release.
That definitely caught it.
Looks like he hit the 6. Based on his reaction, Ben McDonald.
6-5.
6-5, 1 point gain on that throw. Depke takes the lead, 1 point, 17 to 16.
1 point with 2 throws left.
Going to throw
This
number
is
4.
shot number 4.
This is a pivotal moment for Depke right now. You have to hit the bullseye. If you miss, Vin, that opportunity to open up that door is right there. Depke. Vin, just to the right of that bull. And Depke
nails it.
Sits down in the bottom half of that bullseye to take the lead.
6-6.
By 1.
And now John Depke, they're going to go up. You'd imagine they're going to go up.
Nothing changes. Vin looked at his axe awfully slow when he pulled that throw.
John Depke hits a kill shot here. He's a U.S. Open champion. They come to their feet.
We're going upstairs for these throws. Both competitors are taking their time to look at what they're going to throw at. Kill shots coming up. Normally, Vin is the fast thrower right here, and he would normally throw first. He's taking his time. John lines up first, which is something that normally does. Vin steps back. Depke is going to throw first here. Vin is taking his time to see what Depke does. This is where it's at right here.
For the win.
This is for the win.
Make it, you win.
Depke for the win.
Is it wide?
It looks like a little bit to the right. This is an opportunity. We don't know where that is right now with the score, but Vin is taking his time to sit up where he needs to hit that kill shot.
So this could be for the win.
Stay in the match.
There, you can see the explosions.
He buries that kill shot. Depke looks over and gives Vinny a big hug and a concede of that match. Vin's girlfriend comes in with that massive hug to give him that win hug.
The U.S. Open champion in Big Axe had to step up and the throw of his life to get the championship. And you could see the pressure from the beginning of the semifinal for Vin Crescenzo. He wanted this so bad to have that individual title, and he gets it done to be the 2022
He raises the belt up high.
How about that?
Well done to Vin. Huge congratulations to John Depke for the run that he made in the Big Axe tournament.
Pretty satisfying win. He's standing by with Nikki. Nikki, take it away.
Vin, obviously emotional. I know you don't have a belt. You're not new to the show, but what does it feel like for you to beat so much awesome talent here?
It feels good. It was a lot of work to get here. I probably threw the best I ever did on Friday. I went through Philibom, I went through Depke, I went through Lucas. It's a dream come true, honestly.
I know I've joked you from my favorite axe thrower, but awesome performance today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vin.
Thank you.
Incredible stuff. You see how much it means, the competition, all the leagues, all the work to get to that moment to be called the U.S. Open champion. And somebody's going to be a Hatchet U.S. Open champion. We got 2 to go, 1 champion to crown next.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
We are axe throwers.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
You.
You can be an axe thrower too.
The 2022 World Axe Throwing U.S. Open Championship is brought to you by the Ace of Spades Axe by WATL. Get yours today at worldaxethrowingleague.com. It's the main event final, the Hatchet U.S. Open champion. Will it be Mark Tishko, who's already dispatched a world champion, looking for the biggest title of his career against the guy who many figure has been the best thrower in the sport in 2022. Lucas Johnson, already a Duels champion earlier today, trying to finish it off with a U.S. Open title. Here we go, Rob.
When you're ready, these
If
throws
there's
count.
anyone to take down Lucas Johnson right now, it is Tishko with his 14-inch axe compared to Lucas in his 16-inch axe. That is his grandfather's axe that he is throwing, that he had made
6-6.
6-6, that he had made no at all. It's the same axe that his grandfather had X amount of years ago. All he did was change the handle from a worn out wood handle to the 14-inch handle that he's throwing right now. Now Mark stands at a whopping, I'm 6'3", and when I stand next to him, he makes me look small. So he's got to be a 6'5", 6'6". Lucas, meanwhile, is probably about 6'1", 6'2".
This is throw number 3.
Staying pure through throw number 3. Wide throw by Mark for a 5. Lucas follows up with a 6. 1 point spread going to axe number 4.
6-5.
Again, Lucas Johnson has not lost a game on points in this entire Hatchet run. Lost 1 tiebreaker.
Throw number 4. Johnson leads by 1.
Took care of John Depke in straight games in the semifinals. Has a 1-point lead, and that one very close on the right side for Tishko. That's a bullseye on the left corner for Johnson.
6-5.
And back-to-back misses from Tishko, showing just a slight bit of miscalibration here in this first game.
Now throw number 5, last throw on this side. There are 2 points separating us.
2 point
Johnson
spread going
to
to throw number 5 right now. Mark has to think about whether or not he wants to go up at some point. He knows he can hit the bullseye as long as Lucas, which Mark just slams that bullseye, and Lucas does as well. When we tap axes and go to the turn, Tishko has got to think at some point, when am I going to go up to try and make up those points?
The score is 30
Normally
to 28.
it happens on
Johnson
throw 9
is
and
on
10.
top at the switch.
But as far as strategy, I think Mark should go up on throw number 8. We'll see if that happens. Buried bullseye.
That misses left.
A point gained back from Tishko.
6-5.
This is kind of where the idea of going up early has kind of died in this open kill shot era, and the fact that you can sort of wait it out and see if your opponent stays perfect or not.
I've seen Lucas in the past go up on throw number 8 with a 3-point spread to send a mental edge to the person that they're throwing against. Mark throws another bowl with a follow-up from Lucas.
6-6.
So that strategy is out the window right now. And at this point, a 1-point game going to throw number 9, Marcus,
Three throws
he's got to think about going
41 to 40.
And at no point do they look at each other to go up. They're staying down and going for bowl. Another bowl? Will? Bowl?
I know that's a bowl.
And a bowl from Lucas.
This is going to be close.
Ben getting in there close for a call for Mark Tishko.
5.
A 5.
Gives the point back, and now a 2-point edge going into kill shots.
So Mark, at that last throw, might have been an advantage of going up, but nonetheless, they're going up right now for those kill shots. A must hit by both throwers in order to advance in the win in this round. I'm so nervous. Are you nervous?
That is pure.
Smacked the kill shot, Martishko. Johnson with a high throw up and to the left, misses. Tishko is going to take that round with a hit and a miss.
One more, but now all of a sudden that 8-point swing makes it 6 in the advantage of Tishko. And Tishko's going to go up.
This is where you win the match.
But why go up here if you're Tishko with a 6-point edge?
You have to take the win. You know you can hit it, and he does. And he does.
That is a huge gamble with a 6-point edge. You can put it anywhere in a circle of 3 or more, and you're guaranteed, but he goes with it, and that builds momentum with a 1-game win. So now they'll
one practice
group, and Lucas Johnson, who was hitting well above 80% on kill shots in this tournament, missing that first kill shot, the same one that he chooses to practice in his practice throw, and is down, has lost just his 2nd game of this entire tournament, and now has to win 2 straight, as Tishko is 1 game away from being a U.S. Open champion.
Axe number 1. Southpaw bullseye. Meanwhile, Lucas with that slow delivery, that calculated delivery, slightly to the right. Versus his expression, he looks like a 5. And a 5 push to the right. 1-point spread going to axe number 2.
Slightly off. Again, $3,500 to the winner of this. $2,200
throw number 2
to the person finishing 2nd, but all they want is the trophy at this juncture of the tournament.
Tishko follows up with a bullseye. That grandfather axe that he is throwing tips right in.
Another right miss from Johnson. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Can't afford to make many errors when you've already lost the first game with that 1 missed kill shot that ended up being the difference maker.
2 points don't seem like a big deal right now going into the 3rd throw, but if Mark hits a bullseye here and he misses to the left, Lucas can make up some ground right here with a bullseye, and he does.
That's center cut.
1-point spread right now going to axe number 4. Lucas makes up some much needed ground on that throw. Going to axe number 4.
Going into throw number 4, Tishko leads by 1.
Tishko wastes no time getting up to that line and throwing left-handed with that brace. Looks like he dipped down to the right again for a 5, and Lucas buries another 6. He might have just evened up the score right now with a 5 and a 6. We now have a tie game going into axe number 5, the turn.
Our score is tied at 22. This is your last throw on this side.
Big throw from both competitors. Once again, Tishko throws right away for a bullseye. Lucas with that small calculated throw with a bullseye.
6.
We're going to tap the axes, and we're going to switch sides on these targets to go for axe number 6 as we're tied.
We are tied at the switch.
Going to this
throw
round.
number 6.
Mark Tishka lines up, regular foot, delivers a low left possible bowl. Regular foot from the righty.
I don't think he believes it, partner. I don't think he thought he got it. That's no doubter.
Center mass bullseye from Lucas.
6, 5.
Oh my goodness. A lead change in this match. Lucas now takes the lead. Axe number 7.
Throw number 7.
Mark buries the bullseye on that throw with no hesitation. Lucas follows up with the bullseye himself.
Well, he made whatever the necessary adjustments were because he hasn't missed the middle of that red circle in 3 throws, even with the swap to the left-hand side. But just like he was in game number 1, now operating late with a slight lead.
1-point lead going in this last throw. 3 throws. Mark, no hesitation once again. Lucas lines up. Mark buries a bull once again. Lucas throwing second. Clips that bull.
Also. That has to be a good omen as we will likely go up to kill shots here. Just a 1-point spread. Can Lucas Johnson be perfect to send us to a 3rd game?
Up top, announced by both throwers. We're both going up top of that kill shot, that 1.5 kill shot. 1.5 inch. Mark Tischko.
In a different
clips
lane.
it on the right. Lucas Johnson delivers that slow delivery for a miss.
Another miss.
Misses left on that left kill shot. Mark Tischko.
Again, that's going to do it. You got a 7-point edge. All you have to do is put it on the board here for Tischko.
However,
He's going to go up.
goes up. It is that sporting thing that's going on right now in axe throwing. Tischko should stay down, and Lucas misses high to the right.
No, he made it, didn't he?
Tischko hits. I don't think it matters right now.
He did. He made it. And Mark Tischko has won it.
Tischko is our winner.
A U.S. Open champion, and how about the pathway to get there? Comes into the semifinals, takes out a world champion, and then many thought that Lucas Johnson would be the favorite in this one, but Tischko, the big swings when it mattered, so consistent, and now will hoist the biggest trophy of his axe throwing career. Incredible performance today. So much more to come here from Minneapolis as Tischko breathes it all in as a U.S. Open champion.
I'm here with the U.S. Open Hatchet champion, Mark Tischko, with his first ever ring. I know you just beat arguably one of the most on-fire axe throwers right now. What does it feel like to be here?
First, I gotta say, I'm blessed by God. I couldn't do it without him. I couldn't do it without the support of my family and everything. And I'm just so overwhelmed. I mean, all these great competitors, I greatly appreciate every one of them. I always enjoy throwing with them, and it's great, especially Lucas, Smith. They're all legends in this game, and it's amazing just to get a chance to throw with them all the time.
Congratulations, Mark, on that major win.
I appreciate it.
The grandfather's lucky axe gets it done. Congratulations to all of our champions. Incredible drama here in Minneapolis this year as axe throwing continues to deliver. For Rob Leverance and Nikki Knight, I'm Will Haskins saying so long. Congratulations to Mark Tischko. He's the Hatchet champion of 2022 at the World Axe Throwing U.S. Open.